All right, good evening. I'd like to call the October 13th meeting of the Edison Library Board to order. It is 7:02 p.m. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. As required by the Open Public Meetings Act of 1975, adequate notice of this meeting has been provided to the public by notices given to Tap Into Edison, the Home News Tribune, the Star Ledger, the Sentinel, and News India Times, posted on the library bulletin boards and website, and given to the Township Clerk's office. This is an electronic meeting under the terms of Public Law 2020, Chapter 11. Persons wishing to comment should send an email to edisonboard@lmxac.org. Roll call, please.
Mr. Aristani? Ms. Krause?
Present.
Ms. Massey?
Here.
Ms. Mead?
Here.
Mr. Naik? Ms. O'Neill?
Here.
Ms. Peng? Ms. Ruane?
Here.
Mr. Yee?
Yeah.
6 present.
Thank you. All right, hopefully you have all had an opportunity to review the minutes from September 8th. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, could we have a roll call vote, please?
Mr. Aristani? Ms. Krause?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Naik? Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Peng? Ms. Ruane?
Yes.
Mr. Yee?
Yes.
Ms. Massey?
Yes.
6 yes, 3 absent.
Okay, we'll move on to the trustee account report. I hope everyone had a chance to review that. Let's look at the August report first. Do we have a motion to approve the August report?
So moved.
I don't
Is
think
there
we
a
need to
second?
approve the trustee account.
The actual
Oh, that's
trustee
true.
account,
Sorry,
we
no,
don't need to
right.
secure it.
you're right, you don't. Thank you.
We
Thank you
don't.
for
But
reminding.
I would like to say, I guess, was this done by our new employee?
Yes. Yes.
Okay,
Tamina Ashraf. She's our new account clerk, and she's reformatted the reports. So.
Can I just make a request that the opening balance, which apparently was some sort of formula drawing on another page, if she tries to keep all the formulas within the page, so that because I don't have Windows, I don't have a, what is it called? I don't have
Excel?
Excel?
This is Excel, isn't it?
yeah, I don't have Excel. I was able to figure it out. I was able to get the number, but I would prefer if she, when she's sharing, she copy this as straight numbers as opposed to formulas, or at least not link outside of the page.
Okay, I'll ask. So, or we can send you we can make it a PDF, I think, and send.
That's fine too.
that's true.
Yeah.
Quick
Put
thing.
it out and just send it to her.
Sorry to interrupt. Quick thing. Can
Yes,
someone unmute Shannon?
What?
Shannon Peng. She said she dialed in, but she got muted. Can someone?
Do you see
Yes,
Shannon in the waiting room, or?
I saw a 630 number. Is that Shannon?
Let me see what's
David, do you know?
630-865-3096.
Yeah, that's her phone number.
Okay.
Okay. I just unmuted her.
Thank you.
Well, another thing, Keith, if you could you send me the last 2 months' bank statements for the accounts? Because I want to go up to the bank now that they are opening a little bit more and talk about the interest rates.
Okay, let me make a note of that.
That's a good idea.
Well, yeah, and they haven't had a manager for a while, but now Serge is back. So I'm going to see what we can get.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Shannon, you will have to unmute yourself.
She said that she can, she texted me, she said that she can hear us.
I just unmuted her. Now, I asked her to unmute herself so that, okay, she's good now.
Okay, and about those, the statements, David, whatever ones you think are appropriate for the interest rates.
I mean, right now, the interest rate is close to 0.
Well,
So I was going to ask, is it possible when she does create this with the interest, if she can put what the interest rate is? I mean, we can calculate it, but would it be possible that she would just have it there what the interest rate is, the current interest rate?
Okay.
That should be fine. I mean, can ask the bank, right?
yeah, I'm going to make an appointment with the manager now that they've opened up a little bit more and see if we can, you know, we can negotiate anything. And if
Yes,
not, then-
perhaps. If we don't ask, we won't know.
exactly. But
Just,
previously it was a little difficult.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I
All
just
right,
want to
are-
let you guys know I got
Yeah,
no
sorry.
and just rejoined. I don't know if you saw me go in and out, but what are we talking about?
Oh, we were just talking about the trustee account report for August and September. And Sue was saying that she was going
Okay.
to make an appointment to go to the bank and ask about the interest rate.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you guys hear
Sorry
me
about
now?
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Shannon?
we can hear you now.
Oh, yeah, Shannon.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. But I'm
Yes,
just
we-
sorry to interrupt. Whoever entered this meeting have to enter password, right? So you guys know there wouldn't be any outsiders, right? If I enter the meeting with using the passcode, then it wouldn't be someone who's not supposed to be here.
Well, if
I
you
have
use
been
the-
waiting for 10 minutes. I have waited 10 minutes, seriously, since the beginning. And nobody let
Which
me in.
information did you use, Shannon? Did you use the one on that was posted to the website or the invitation that was sent to you?
Sent to my email using the passcode.
Okay, well,
It
that
says
should've
do
gotten
not
you
share
in.
the passcode. Yeah.
Shannon,
Exactly.
when I'm sorry, when you call in, did you type the passcode, like a password to join the meeting?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, then you should be joining the panelist automatically. I do not know why this is happening, but I will look into that.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, it does say I'm joining as a panelist, but
Mhm.
I can hear all you guys since the pledge, and then nobody can hear me.
I
Oh,
think that is probably because you call in, you did not use the Zoom link sent to you, and then when you use your telephone to join the meeting, you will not be promoted to the panelist automatically.
It does say I'm the panelist, and after I enter the passcode, it does say I'm the panelist. Because I'm outside sitting in the car, so I can't join the Zoom meeting. But I dial in using the passcode, just so you know.
All right.
Sure, I will look into that.
Yeah, maybe get the phone number for all of the board members in case if they have to dial in, you know, it's their number with a passcode. That means there is a high.
Can I suggest that this is something we can take care of at another time and it doesn't need to take up meeting time?
Mhm.
that's true. We can do this. We can do this another time. And if you think that you will need to join the meeting using a telephone number, maybe it would be best if you email your number so that we have it. Are we ready to move on to the approval of the bill listing? I hope everybody had a chance to review that.
I did send out
That's right.
a revised one
Yes,
this
I
afternoon.
saw that.
The only difference was that it's the final bill for the old cleaning company.
Yeah, I saw that at the very end, number 51.
Mm-hmm. Now, there was a delay in that because we were questioning some of the dates that they said they worked, and we had proof that they didn't. And they finally agreed.
Oh,
Our numbers were correct, and so the bill came down.
What is that big chunk of the electrical and gas cost, like $60,000?
Which line are you looking at?
what number is that, David?
The bill listing for, I mean,
Which line item?
line item 1 and 2.
Yes, we've been catching up on bills because they had gotten lost somewhere along the line, and we had to go back to PSE&G and some other vendors and ask them to resend bills. But we've been catching up on our bills. That's why that particular amount is high.
Yeah, but is it like you see the second line item is August, right? We have $15,000.
Mhm. Right.
So the first line item is for which month? Just like 3 months or what?
I don't have the bills in front of me. I can go get them if you want to wait.
Yeah, because I was thinking like we have this, I mean, May, June, I mean, most of the months were basically closed, right? So I was trying to see whether this one amount is normal or not.
Well, even though we were closed to the public, we were still open to some extent. Staff were still working, so the lights were on in much of the building, if not all of the building. And we still had to heat it and air condition it. So
that's what we want
we would
to
not have
see.
seen a big savings despite the fact that we were close to the public.
Yeah, okay. I mean, I was thinking like $15,000 a month is still pretty high.
Well, that's 3 buildings.
Yeah.
Are there any other questions? Hearing none, do we have a motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve the bill listing.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Yes,
Second.
Lisa. Oh, sorry.
All right, roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aristani? Ms. Kraus?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Naik? Ms. O'Neill?
Yes,
Ms. Peng?
Yes.
Ms. Ruane?
Yes.
Mr. Yee?
Yes.
Ms. Massey?
Yes.
7 yes, 2 absent.
All right. Now we have the discussion items on your report, Keith.
Yes. Board reports. I point out that the board president has appointed a task force to look at the bylaws. And we have a meeting with Mr. Brady scheduled for, I believe, next Monday. And a draft of the revisions will be ready in advance of the November board meeting. Also under board information, Ms. Massey, Ms. Mead, Ms. Kraus, and Ms. O'Neill will be attending the Trustee Institute this coming Saturday. Did some new trustees enter the meeting? I see 2 new numbers. I need to record them if they're trustees. Would 732-662-1169 identify themselves?
That, let me see.
they've left.
Oh,
And 201-923-1888. Would you identify yourself, please?
Are they muted or?
They are muted.
Okay.
If it's a trustee, I need to identify them for the minutes.
I already unmuted for 1888. Now he or she will need to unmute himself.
All right, well, let me go on with the meeting.
right.
So that's everything under the board meeting, under board interests. Finances,
201-923-1888. That's Vincent's number.
okay. He's entered the meeting.
Hi, what's Sam? You will need to unmute yourself.
Is there a way to change from their phone numbers to their names so that we can see who they are?
Sure, I will do that.
Thank you.
Finances, you got the trustees, updated trustees accounts. I'll note that we received our calculations for next year's budget. Minimum funding will go down a little over $300,000 next year. But it will still be more than our 2019 budget. So I'll start to work on the 2021 budget later this month. And what's not in your report is that we have filed with Middlesex County for a arts grant to continue our digitization project. We are asking for $10,000, $10,000, and it will require a 20% match. Historically, no pun intended, we never get the full amount. Nobody ever does. So. Any questions on finances?
Can you just repeat what is the grant for, please?
Digitization of, we're hoping to work with the schools on digitizing the old yearbooks. We haven't had a commitment from them yet, but our backup plan is to continue digitization of the minutes of the board meetings and the files that we receive from the Home News Tribune when they close their offices.
Thanks.
Buildings and grounds, safety committee finished their work, and the report was in this month's packet. So it's a plan to start addressing some of the issues with our buildings and our property. We ranked them in terms of whether how much we estimated the cost would be, whether it was over the bid limit or within the quote limit, whether it could be handled by staff or whether we need to contract it out, and how serious it was in terms of safety for the public and the staff. So the board will need to address that at some point in the future. Nothing new on opening. We are moving ahead with an upgrade to our security system. The new cleaning service has not been meeting our the quality that our head of buildings and grounds would like, and he has suggested that if it doesn't improve, that we consider hiring our own cleaning staff for when the contract ends next April.
Is this, Keith, I'm sorry, is this the new cleaning people?
Yes.
That replace the old?
Right. They're better than the old company, but they're still missing things. So.
Okay.
So we are on top of it. It's not reached the point where they need to be. We need to end the contract, but we're on top of it. Library construction bond grants, as I had suggested previously, the process has slowed down somewhat, and the state librarian has not yet received the recommendations. She's supposed to get them sometime this month, and then it will go to the legislature in November, and then we will know how much of a grant we'll be getting for construction at renovations at the North Edison branch.
I apologize for interrupting, but can
Needs to mute.
please mute? Exactly. I'm having trouble hearing. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Do we need the Vasana to unmute himself, or we need to do it from our side?
I need Vasant to unmute himself.
Vasant, if you're listening, you use the Vasant. If you're listening, you use *6 to. You have to use *6 on your phone to unmute. Not just the regular unmute button. You have to actually hit *6 from the keypad.
Yeah, he said he was doing *6. This is okay.
It's different. Yeah, I think. Yeah, the instruction didn't say that, but it's.
Okay. All right, moving on. Clara Barton Buildings and Grounds. We decided it would, or Robbie just priced it out, and it is easier and cheaper for us to upgrade the emergency door with inserting a window and adding a panic bar than it would be to buy a whole new door and frame. So that's what we're doing. He's taking care of the work. We're lucky to have him and his skills. Upstairs, we are in the process of creating a separate young adult area. And we're working with Creative Library Concepts for a proposal to...
I apologize again. What's happening with the screen?
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Sorry about that.
Okay. We're working on creating a separate young adult area on the upper floor at Clara Barton. The walls have been painted. We've rearranged some furniture. We're working with Creative Library Concepts to sketch out some other additional furniture that will be teen friendly. Probably will also involve the placement of a wall to create a little more, not necessarily privacy, but more of a sound barrier than anything else. Hope to have a more definite proposal with costs for the November meeting. One thing that we would like to the staff would like to move forward with is to switch the shelving at Clara Barton. The mid-size shelving in the children's area is really too tall for them, and the mid-size shelving in the adult section is too short. So what we would like to do is flip the shelving. We could theoretically do it with staff, but it would be at least a 2-week project if we didn't have any interruptions with buildings and grounds issues elsewhere in the system. So what I'm proposing is that the board approve a contract with Clancy Relocation at a cost of $4,260. And they will come in, and we'll probably have to close the branch for 2 days. 1 day for the removal of books, and 1 day for them to move the shelves, flip the shelves, take the upstairs shelves downstairs and the downstairs shelves upstairs.
Keith, what's gonna take 2 weeks? You have 2 weeks.
Take 2 weeks would be if I just had Robbie and Tyler doing it themselves. They would have to,
Okay.
we'd have to take all the books off the shelves. We'd have 2 guys dismantle shelves, bring them upstairs, reassemble them, bring something else down. This company will come in and they'll bring the staff and the trucks and everything, and they can do it in 1 day. This particular company actually came out to see the location, and I was impressed with his the work he's done. He actually does a lot of work for Princeton University libraries, so I was pleased with his proposal.
And how long will reshelving take?
Probably just a day. But Clara Barton is only open half days at this point, so we could probably work it in
Yeah.
on
Hey,
schedule.
Okay. Hi. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes. Mhm.
Oh, okay, Keith. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, because I was trying, I was struggling, but David has, he helped me to suggest to join through the different lines. So I heard all I was from the beginning, but
Is this Neville?
yeah, now I
Whatever,
can
Santa.
see it.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, David. Thank you, David, for your help. Yeah. Only thing which Keith, I'm talking about, if you remember, with the permission of President. Okay.
Pardon?
I would like to speak this that the question has came one thing on the last your grass cutting things, right? So I know that were discussed, but I was trying to talk on that. But my question is, we are not involved on it. Just I wanted to tell to the Edison public, we are not involved. Me and Neville has no clue why it was sent to us, that bill, right? So we wanted to make sure that everybody should be clear. We are not aware about what is that. It's supposed to come to you, not to the board. That's why I wrote in an email that these kind of things should not come to the trustees, right?
Yeah,
Otherwise,
we did resolve that. Resolved that.
It is your job, to handle that. They should not be sending to us. But the word which you wrote, somehow this clerk has sent to us, that gave me kind of confusing sign. And I can tell you, Vasan Naik is very, very, very clear. He never do any letter or anything.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure. Yeah,
we resolved that with the vendor.
Go ahead with your meeting. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. So any questions about the approving a contract with Clancy Relocation?
No.
That requires a board vote.
Okay, I'll move to approve this, or I'll move that we approve this using Clancy Relocation.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Mr. Aristani? Ms. Kraus?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Naik?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Peng?
Yes.
Ms. Ruane?
Yes.
Mr. Yee?
Yes.
Ms. Massey? You're muted.
So I am, yes.
8 yes, 1 absent. And then continuing with Clara Barton, one more item. The building has not been painted since 2003, according to our files. And that's well past recommended maintenance standards. We went out and got quotes from 3 vendors to clean the exterior of the building, repair any parts that had been rotted or had fallen away, and to repaint the exterior minus the brick and the metal. And based on the quotes we received, I'm asking that you approve a contract with CertaPro Painters at $6,888.89, plus up to 10 hours of repairs at $75 an hour to be charged to the budget line for buildings and grounds contracts.
Why was there such a big discrepancy in the quotes?
I have no idea.
It was a lot of money.
It was.
Wasn't it though?
Yeah, no, it was.
Is it this painting is for all the 3 libraries, or it's?
No, this is just for Clara Barton.
The
outside.
exterior of Clara Barton.
Yeah, I think, I don't know who's, but yes, I think 6,000 is normally for our house. Yeah, I know it's high, but still it is worth it.
Mhm.
Is it like a
Situation.
penny?
Is this contractor is from Edison? Yeah, try to get as many as people involved in Edison, because see, we know that we are, trying to help our own people. We need Edison people to get our tax money. That's what my
Well,
objective behind it. Yeah.
the addresses are all listed on the quote sheet that I sent you.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
So they're all
that's
local.
good. Yeah. Even though if it is like $50 extra, that's okay, but it should be paid to our Edison own people, because
law
we want
requires
Yes,
us
our
to
Edison
take the
people
quote
should
was the
get
best.
money.
The lowest responsible bidder.
Yeah, I don't
Exactly.
know that we're legally allowed to review the location of the bidder so much as the quote.
Right.
Yeah. Great.
Right.
Great.
While I would like to give business to my neighbor, by law, that's we're not allowed to do that.
And I did see a message come in from Robbie saying that Certipro Painters was quite professional.
Yeah. Right.
So-
President, in commercial, normally they charge extra. We know that because it happens. If it is from the company's Edison, I'm more than happy to pay this money. So I will
Yes,
support.
but again, by law, we
Yeah.
are not allowed to take into account the home location of these businesses. What counts is the quote and whether they're up to the job
And reputation.
and reputation.
Yes.
I
and the
think that's
reputation.
something our attorney has to. Yeah. Okay. Then,
So we need to do what is legal, not what we would enjoy doing or who we would like to see get the job.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, I understand. But, Clara Barton building is quite a big. So I know 6,500 looks like it's a big amount, but I think I'm okay.
Okay.
I don't
All right,
know
well,
who is
I
the
will make a
contractor
motion that
because I
we
didn't.
approve the
I'm okay.
contract with Certipro Painters. Do we have a second?
Who moved it?
I
Pat
did.
moved it.
Quick interruption, sorry.
Yes.
Shanshan, can you unmute the phone number with 6400? That's Neville. So that we can get him to.
No, we can finish the vote first.
Let's finish this and then we can do that.
Okay, whatever it is, anyway, we are going to vote it, right?
Okay,
Okay.
well, did we have a second?
Did we have a second?
If not, I will second.
Okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Do we have any further discussion?
No,
All
Keith,
right.
make sure that it should be worth it. So because it will be responsibility of all of the trustees as well as you. So we believe on you. So make sure that you make sure that they are doing right work. Yeah, that's it.
Yes, we will.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
No
Yes.
holidays.
Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aristani?
He's waiting to be unmuted.
I just want to let you know that I have already unmuted himself. Now he has to unmute himself
By
from.
dialing *6, right?
Yes, Neville, dial *6. You have to push the key,
Yeah.
*6.
All right.
Okay. Cool.
Mr. Aristani?
Yes.
Ms. Kraus?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Naive?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Peng?
Yes.
Ms. Ruane?
Yes.
Mr. Yee?
Yes.
Ms. Massey?
Yes.
9 yes.
So, yeah, very good.
All right. That concludes.
Congratulations to the president. Everybody is is working very good as a family. That's very good.
I'm glad to see that that all of the trustees.
No,
are here.
we had to. We had to. We really respect your leadership. So thank you very much. Yeah.
Continuing with buildings and grounds, the main library, the program room in the children's department. It's been cleaned out. It needs to be cleaned up. Principal librarian here, Charlie Leckenby, developed a proposal last month. You approved the purchase of new chairs and tables and equipment, but the quote for flooring got lost in the mail, so to speak. So we have it now. So I'm asking the board to approve the purchase and installation of flooring in the program room. It's on state contract. It's from Commercial Interiors Direct, and the price is $5,898.12 charged to capital improvements. It includes the removal of the.
Okay. Keith, can I ask one question? Sorry, with the
Yes.
permission of President,
Yes.
I would like to ask Keith, can you make for all the libraries to, because see, we have a good amount of money right now, and we have a time also.
Mm-hmm.
So can we do all renovation for all 3 libraries, or we can make some kind of proposal if you can bring? See, these small things we can fix it,
Mm-hmm.
but what was the dream I had in my mind, and I think Mayor Tom Lanke also had the same dream, that we wanted to have a big library concept kind of things in Edison, out of New Jersey. So I'm not putting it as a political, okay? I'm a politician, but I'm not putting it as a political. But I'm telling you, if you can bring something, see, 5,500, I will support. I have no issues.
Right.
But I want a permanent solution.
Sure.
All the employees who are working in the library, they are working with the old infrastructure from long time, old dump terminal, old drum things. So we need to renovate it because we have money. We have money. We can expand it. Or we can get something. So something if you can bring it as a plan, I think with the permission of President, I think we can try to implement.
Right.
Vasant, I don't know whether you may have missed some of the discussion at other meetings, but there is actually, we're in the process of developing a plan. If you had a chance to, there's the safety committee report. There's also plans to purchase more computers over a period of time. So there are definitely, the plan is to improve all 3 locations.
Oh, great. No, I did read all those emails, but I just wanted to put it, because it's meeting time,
Of course.
So public will know,
Of course.
I know that, so everyone should know that we are doing good job, that's what we want to tell the Edison people. Yeah.
I did discuss this with Pat, and she expressed the desire of the board for an overall plan. And what I said in defense of what I was proposing is that this room and the room at North are both closed off. Both of them are in more serious need of attention. That's, as you walk into the libraries, certainly here at Maine, all of the carpeting needs to be replaced. But as you walk into the library, you will not see this program room. And what we're replacing with here is washable flooring.
Very good. So, no, thanks. No, you're doing a great job. We really appreciate it.
There is a thought process here. I'm not just shooting at random bird.
Yeah. No. If you will be doing something wrong, we trustees
I'd hear about it.
have a pause, to say.
Oh, yeah.
Ron, please.
I have a comment on this one.
Yes.
Besides the floor, do we have like other plans? For example, if you want to make this kind of change, say for example, if you want to reshelving, I mean, sometimes it's better to do it together instead of like doing this one, and then when you do other project, you have to.
David, you're absolutely right. But this particular room is down on the lower level. It's where the children's area is. It is a meeting room, and they have really done an outstanding job cleaning out the room. If you remember what it was, several months ago, they really have cleaned it out quite a bit. And it's just replacing the carpeting in there, painting. It's just one standalone room. But it does not require like any shelving at this point, because you're absolutely right. You wouldn't want to put down flooring and then have to, rework.
Okay.
Right. Yeah.
This is just part of the,
I think because of this COVID, I think Keith, can you try to see if we can, because that was my dream when I was president of library. My dream was to replace the entire carpet because it's very old. See if you can bring some kind of budget, and
sure,
and with the permission of president and other board members, we'll see if we can do that. Because see, this is for the safety of the people of our own town. If you can bring something like that, it will be a great.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll work on that.
Do we have a
thank you,
motion to approve the commercial interiors direct to replace the flooring at Main?
I'm for.
Vasant, are you making that motion?
Yeah, I'm making motion as a.
Excellent. Do we have a second?
Second.
That's Fiona.
Yeah.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aristani?
Yes.
Ms. Kraus?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Naik?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Peng? Ms. Peng?
I think she's mute, most probably.
Oh.
Okay. Ms. Rowan?
Maybe she's in the swimming pool. She's my good friend.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Ms.
Our
Rowan?
kids are very, very, very
Mr.
great
Yee?
champions.
yes.
And Ms. Massey?
Yes.
9 yes.
Yep. So, do it a long-term plan, right? I mean, Sir Keith, I will tell you, make it all the plans for big with the permission of the president. We will do it long because we'll do it under her guidance or with the trustees, and we will do it because we want to do it.
Yes, Vasant, excuse me. We definitely do want to improve all three buildings. And I just want to remind you that we are waiting to hear the results of the library construction bond. Will we receive that? And we're not really going to know until November. Once we find that out, then we'll be able to, make further plans.
Okay.
But I think we are all in agreement that we want to see improvements made.
Okay, I got you.
And some of this I'm just teeing up for the next director. So
Exactly.
somebody needs to do the groundwork and somebody else gets to get the credit. That's okay. Also at Maine, we're looking at the staff space. We are very short on office space here. And we're getting a proposal from Creative Library Interiors on that space as well. That's over in the corner where the reference adult services office is and the marketing person used to be. We're looking at getting that area redesigned. I may have something for you next month. We've had some repairs on this building, and we have an Eagle Scout project in the works. The supervisor of buildings and grounds and I have met with the scout and his father and his scout leaders, and we should have a proposal in the next week or so.
Just very quickly, out of curiosity, which troop is he from? You know what troop they're from?
I'm not sure which troop, but he lives near here because we had asked about projects at the other branches, and he wanted to do his project here because it's close to where he lives.
I know we have a couple of very active troops in the area.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just going back to the Creative Library Interiors, looking to redo the staff space. I know we were talking about the possibility that if we do get the grant in November, that we can expand North Edison, that some of the staff would be moved, or like HR or things like that would be moved over to North, or, to some of that new space. So maybe you don't, as much as, yes, it would be good to rearrange this, we might want to wait until we know what we're doing and do it all together.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking too.
We will know more very soon.
Right.
Get some prices in the meantime.
Yes, that's a good idea, to get the pricing, and then we'll be able to make a decision.
At least three people's idea. Means quotation we should have, pricing thing, and more I'm focused, like I said earlier also, more on whether whoever it is, but it should be, if it is belongs to Edison, even though if I had to pay $50 more, I'm okay to support.
Okay.
Yeah.
That finishes what's going on here at the main library. At North Edison, we are working on creating a local history room out of what used to be the periodicals room. And that room is about to be painted. We removed our buildings and grounds, removed the shelving that was in the middle of the room. When they did, we discovered that some of the carpet was missing, some of it was different colors, a lot of it was ripped, and it's a safety hazard. So we're asking that the board approve the purchase and installation of carpeting for the local history room. This is also from Commercial Interiors Direct. The cost is $3,210.95, and this would include the removal of the old carpeting.
I'll make a motion that we approve the contract with Commercial Interiors Direct to replace that
I will do
flooring at
second.
North.
I will do second. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote,
Only
please.
Keith, one thing we want, you have to keep very close eye on this. Make sure that, it should be done. Yeah. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mr. Aristani?
Yes.
Ms. Kraus?
Yes.
Ms. Mead?
Yes.
Mr. Naik?
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill?
Yes.
Ms. Peng?
Yes.
Ms. Ruane?
Yes.
Mr. Yee?
Yes.
Ms. Massey?
Yes.
9 yes. And that concludes
All right, thank you.
Buildings and Grounds reports.
Yeah, 100% yes.
Moving
Very
on
nice.
to services, we're having recurring problems with our network. Shan Chan Ming, our new supervisor of circulation and IT is working with, she had Optimum in here on Monday. She's in constant contact with LMXAC and with Zenith Resource.
I have a question, Keith. Can you stop me here?
Sure.
I will stop you here. Yeah. Why we are doing this Optimum things now? I'm a board of director of Optimum also, right? By the appointed by the mayor. So I'm not sure why we are doing, because we decided we will go with the township. Why we are doing this separately? We want
This
to
has to
save
do
the
with our
money for the
network.
town.
Shan, could you speak to the technology issue?
Yeah, please speak. Please speak. Yeah, I want to hear her.
Sure. You mean the network issue we're experiencing, right?
Yeah, I'm a part of the board of director of the cable TV board also, as well as the library board. So I want to know that why this new thing is coming, because we decided that library should be attached with the township. Whatever township is paying for the cable vision, that will be paid by that will be covered in library. My English may be not very good, but I'm saying we want to save the money. That's why we combined the library and township together for phone system as well as the this cable system. Why this new thing is coming?
The internet is different from the phone system. We are using.
Why internet is different? Because township has the internet. I want to ask.
Because I only know we have been doing this for a long time. Because I came here 2019. Since then we already use Optimum as our internet.
No, I understand. I have Optimum myself also, ma'am. But I want to know, when I was president, Pat, please excuse me, but I want to ask this question because I want to understand this situation. We decided that we are not going to pay extra money for internet or anything.
But Sandra, this is not about the payment. It's about the technical issue with the internet service from the.
But David, tell me what is the technical? I'm not getting David, man. I want to try to understand.
I'm sorry to interrupt with sound. What Keith was trying to explain is we're currently have some technical issue with our network. We're experiencing.
Oh, why? So can you bring me in the call with the Cablevision? Pat, if you allow me, can I join this meeting?
Well, it's not a committee.
It's not a committee, Vasant. It's not a committee. And this is to do with technology.
Can you make a committee? Because I'm thinking this is see what we are, see our global objective is that we have to make it common services, right? I am from the IT world. Even I am doing the business right now, but I'm an IT person. I did an IIT, which is the one of the best institution in the world. I did my master's from there, but I know that common services can be used commonly for all the facilities. That's why I wanted library to join with this common services, and then a school will join the common services, and we can save and we can reduce the tax of the people. This is my thinking, right? I'm not trying to fool anyone, but common services works. If you call Bill Gates, he will tell you common services works. That's the way. One central place when you have why we. It's okay. Can go ahead. Yeah. I don't want to.
Move on, please.
I don't want to hold the other people's, but I definitely going to argue with you. Yeah.
Sandra, let's discuss that in detail later.
Yeah. I
Yes.
will do it in a private. Yeah, I will do it in a private. Yeah.
That's
why
fine. Yes, I think this is just
I agree. Sorry for that. Yeah.
Yeah, this
Perhaps
is a
for
continuation
next-
of work
yeah. Mhm.
that needs to be done. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that people from the township have actually looked at our network and have agreed that this work needs to be done.
Yes, we've been working with the township and LMXAC.
Right.
Perhaps for next month, we can have an outline of some of the issues that we're facing in terms of the technological infrastructure here. There are problems with it, and we're going to need to upgrade. And that's one of the reasons why Ms. Ming was promoted to this position, because she can handle it. But I wanted to let the board know that we're continuing to have problems. We are addressing them. The reason why Optimum was in here on Monday was because they are sending us a certain amount of bandwidth, but once it hits our equipment, it drops dramatically. And what we determined on Monday was it's not an Optimum problem, it's our equipment problem.
Mm-hmm.
So that answers our question, but it doesn't solve our problem. And I just wanted to keep the board appraised that this is going to be an ongoing issue for a while until we pull it
Until we fix it.
back together the right way.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Statistical report, I still need to get something to you. Bookmobile, the report from the task force was in your packet for this meeting. We had some good discussions about this, and the report outlines the background for our Bookmobile services, what the schedule was like, what sort of resources we had put into it, the services, our audience, the staffing issues involved, and also what needs to be done moving forward. Basically, it's not a good idea for us to just go out and buy another Bookmobile, because that would be repeating what we did back in 1990, which repeated what we did in 1973. Things have changed in 50 years. We need to do a little more thinking before we go out and buy a Bookmobile.
Yeah, this report was really very comprehensive. Thank you very much.
Where is the report? Is it in that?
It was in our packet, in the original packet that we got. I believe it was sent out on Friday. It was the Bookmobile report, and it was the safety committee report, and the minutes and the agenda.
I can see find the safety committee report. I don't see the Bookmobile report.
Yeah, I did not see it too.
Bless you.
That's somebody.
Little
Yes,
problem.
that's somebody.
Yeah. Maybe whoever has sent it they must have missed,
Anyway, if you want to discuss it next month after you've had a chance to read it, we can put it on the agenda.
Okay.
Excellent.
Branding, postponed until we hire a communications coordinator. We will be doing interviews for that position the week after next. Computers, now that Chan is in place and we have a computer services technician in place, we got a revised quote from Dell. We have ordered and installed cameras. In fact, I am coming to you through one of the new computer cameras that we've already purchased. And so we'll be upgrading all of our computers to Windows 10 in the next couple of months. Library
10 or 11. I think it's Microsoft just declared today 11.
Okay, well.
Yeah, whatever it is, let us try to do that one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Sorry.
Library Link, NJ went to the recent membership meeting. What we'll need to budget for some delivery services next year. Not a lot, probably about $5,000, but because the funding for the state library network has not increased in 30 years, they've cut and crimped and cut coupons as much as they can. And at this point, they just have to start charging the member libraries in the state network for a portion of the costs for delivery. However, the library statewide delivery is going to resume next Monday, the same day that we are resuming interbranch delivery. So we'll be able to start allowing patrons to place holds on materials, which they haven't been able to do since March. That will be a relief to a lot of people. And then finally, just to let you know, Edison TAP approached us about doing an article about what we're doing for the public during the pandemic. And there was a nice article on September 26th about what our staff are doing. And that concludes that portion of the services report. Under personnel, I have a list of the vacancies and postings, changes, staff development day, coming along. The executive director of LMXAC, Eileen Palmer, will be our keynote speaker today. And we have a new application on our new website. And that concludes the personnel report.
I apologize. Can Shan please move the agenda to match what we're speaking about? You seem to have passed it. No. Scroll up. We're on. He's just finishing the director's report.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Sorry about that.
That concludes my report.
Yes, thank you.
I agree.
If we move on to the committee reports, you'll notice on the agenda, it says item A is the search committee. We're going to, because it requires a closed session, a motion for closed session, we're going to move that after public comment. And you notice B is facilities, and we did discuss the Bookmobile report, and we can discuss that more next month after everyone has had a chance to read it. And then policies, you see, is postponed. The only thing under that is that we're reviewing the bylaws and negotiation has been completed. Do we have any unfinished business?
Yeah, one thing which I want to appreciate Keith for having the this polling boxes on
North? I had nothing to do.
Yeah. So I really appreciate you.
I had nothing to do.
That's a really great thing. Yeah. You know, if you can get more, it will be great in all libraries. I really appreciate Keith for doing that, because I got a lot of people have called me and they said, "Oh my God, North Edison has done such a great job." Mm-hmm. So these kind of things appreciate and give energy to work. You're doing your level best. Mm-hmm. Here as a trustee, doing our best. So, we have to appreciate, when things come good. So that was very good. And And one thing we need only, which I asked.
Vasant, you might, if you want to
But,
keep this, Vasant, excuse me, do you want to keep this as an announcement? And we can just complete whether there's any unfinished business or new business, because
Okay.
when we
Go
wait
ahead.
for public comment, we've got, I believe, 5 minutes where we have to wait, and that's traditionally where
Go
we're
ahead.
making announcements.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I don't believe we have any unfinished business.
Okay. Go ahead.
Do we have any new business?
Not from me.
I don't believe so. All right, so then now, if we move on to public comment, then what is it, Keith? We wait 5 minutes, is it?
Yes.
Yes. All right, so while we are waiting to see if there are any comments from the public, we can, at this point, make announcements. And the one thing that I would like to mention is I would like to remind all the trustees that the New Jersey Library Trustee Institute is this Saturday. And I know Keith mentioned those of us who signed up to go initially when it was going to be in person. Because it's virtual, any of us can attend. And I really would urge you to try to join. It's going to be, as I said, this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. But even if you cannot attend the entire time, the trustee training session, which I think would be very valuable for everyone to attend, is being held, I think it is 9:15 to 10:15. So I wanted to make sure that you were aware of that. Vasant already mentioned about the ballot drop box at North Edison that we really
Yeah,
appreciate
that's
having.
very good thing. Very
Yes,
good thing.
and I don't know whether you've all had a chance to see the video that they did on voting, that the staff did on voting. It's on YouTube. It's excellent. You really have to take a look at it. It's really very nicely done.
Very good. Thank you.
Pat, may I ask?
Yes.
Regarding the Trustee Institute, are you going to send me a link so I can log
Yeah,
in?
you know what? I just got word from the state library, yes, that we are going to be able to use the same link. So I'll push out, I believe I got an email with the link in it. So I'll push that out to the board so that you can use that to join.
Okay, and is it a Zoom meeting or?
It's a Zoom meeting.
Okay. And are they having, do they have a schedule?
They do. Yes. Yeah, they have a full schedule. I think it opens with the state librarian, Mary Shute, will do the opening remarks at 9 o'clock. And then they go right into the trustee training at 9:15.
Okay, and is there a schedule that you can also email?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that'll go. I think the schedule is part of the email that includes the Zoom link.
Okay.
So I'll
That would
push
be
that
good.
out. I can even,
yeah.
I'll put it out tomorrow. I don't want to put it out too soon because then it gets lost in an email.
Yes, it can.
Yes, it can. Or maybe I'll wait until Thursday. Does anybody else have any other announcements?
Yeah, one thing I wanted to say, thanks to the Kit and entire trustees. And also I want, because the third wave of COVID-19 is coming, we know that our own president, regardless of which party he belongs to, he is our president. He got sick of this. So some kind of educational things, keep sending it. I know that you guys are sending, but keep sending it to all the email addresses that what CDC is saying, what you have to do it, because we are library, we are educator, we are like, to give the information to the people. So if you can have someone who can sitting at home and send what CDC is giving the new guidelines time to all entire Edison will really help. That's my request.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I'll
I
pass
have
it on to the staff.
I have one things regarding that ballot box. Was that installed by the library or by the township?
I was contacted by the township clerk, Cheryl Rusomano. She wanted to know if we had cameras available at North because that was an area that the township really wanted to have a ballot box in.
Okay, we do have the cameras there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Working with Shan and Robbie, our two supervisors, we not only confirmed that there were cameras, but they were pointed in the right locations. And so the township worked with the County Board of Elections, and they got approval for a ballot box, which was duly placed there. So the library's role in this was simply to cooperate.
Okay, see.
Township, it was the township's idea, and we went along with it. Glad.
It's a good idea, but we just want like a appropriate measure is taken to protect that.
Correct. Yeah. Sometimes, there are complaints.
This is Shanshan. I just want to provide some information regarding what was said regarding COVID-19 information. We have posted the information on the homepage of the library's website, and the reference department is currently doing a COVID-19 memory project. We're inviting the community to share their COVID-19 experience or their experience during the pandemic. And the department is going to publicize some information from this project.
Very good. Keep posting because people need more reminder on it. So I really appreciate. That's why I said in a very first, you guys are doing a great job. I really appreciate. And as the secretary of the board, and I really want you guys to keep doing this job. This is going to help and save life.
The staff have been very proactive about getting information out.
I totally appreciate you, kids, and your team. I have no question about it. Yeah.
Yes, everyone is doing an excellent job. Keith, how are we doing on time?
We've passed the 5-minute mark. I have not received any emails indicating that people want to speak.
All right.
Hey, Keith, it's Fiona. Can we address what Robbie had said about the illegal dumping? Where is it happening? Which library is it, or is it all the libraries?
Mainly at North.
Okay.
And we have reported it to the police repeatedly, but it's where the dumping occurs is, I think, just outside of the range of the cameras.
Okay.
Over in a corner of the parking lot. We also had a little bit here at Main with people dropping clothing. Again, it's over in the far corner of the parking lot.
Is there any way to get cameras that can reach that area? Either one of those areas?
We could install extra cameras.
What kind of dumping we're talking about? Do they just drop some trash bags or what?
Clothing.
All kinds of dumping.
Furniture, yeah.
All kinds.
Okay.
Yeah, today was the worst. Somebody dumped a whole bunch of construction material at the North Edison Library, and it does take us a while to clean that up, and then also it's hard for us to get rid of it. Usually I have to bring it down to the township in my pickup truck.
Okay, see.
Is there a way to post a police officer there, like, have them drive by a few times during the evening or during the night?
We have discussed that with them. A lot of times they don't have the manpower to kind of watch the libraries for us.
Yeah, see, because Keith, I will tell you something which we can do with maybe we can, if you have a time, maybe we can have a meeting with Tom Blanky and figure out, because in our shop area where I have my own shop, and the backside always one police car standing, which stops all kind of these kind of crimes, which happens. I know a lot of people are suffering. We had to respect that also, because a few people I came to know because I was in a donation campaign. Mother and father both died, and kids are like 18-year-old.
I mean, it's not practical to have police to be.
It's very tough,
It's
tough
too-
time for everyone. So we have to understand. So when they're closing their house, if they're throwing things, I can understand. It is tough. It is tough, but that's
We'll
what
certainly
is
work
the
on
life
this
is.
issue.
Yeah.
And
Right.
We are upgrading our.
We had to work very reasonable, because see, I don't know I will alive tomorrow or not, I don't know, so same thing, we had to think about those people also who threw the stuff. I know you had a tough time to take it out,
Well, you'll be.
but
We're upgrading our.
but this is a tough time which we are going through, So we have to be a little bit relaxed, and give them.
Well, I don't think we want people dumping things, dumping items.
No,
on library
they should
property.
not be doing a wrong thing, but I'm saying, reasonable. It should be reasonable.
We are in the
Because
process of
lot of shops
upgrading
are
our
closing.
security system, and we can add a couple of cameras if that's that would probably be the most cost-effective step at this point.
Yes. Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
we would be really able to get police coverage for the amount of time. We have no idea when it's taking place. But
Yeah.
probably at night,
But I'm just
probably late
saying,
at night.
drive-bys, like if they could just drive by a little bit more often than what they normally do. There's not a lot of cops that go down in that area.
No, you're right. There's very few police cars
But
around.
if there's a presence, it might deter or make them think twice.
You're right. You're right.
What I would like to know that, being that if we have names, because a lot of times they dump a lot of cardboard, and we have names that we can get and go on the computer, and some of them are patrons of the libraries, are we able to send them a certified letter that we have this on file, that they did this, we have pictures? Would we be able to do that legally? Send them a letter saying that this is legal?
No, it's going to be very expensive.
Yeah, I would think
what do you
probably the
think it-
attorney should answer this question, because it should be the police who is going to maybe give them some kind of warning letter. Maybe the attorney can.
I would recommend that as Keith said, that we go with the additional cameras, and then, we put on the additional cameras and prosecute the first couple that we find.
Right.
And once that happens, it won't be happening anymore.
Exactly, word will get around,
I agree.
I agree. Thank you.
All right, so since there's no other public comment, we finished with announcements. So we do have a resolution to go into closed session. All right, I'll read this whole thing. Whereas the Open Public Meetings Act provides for the exclusion of the public at Board of Trustees meetings during the discussion of certain matters, and whereas prior to the exclusion of the public from a Board of Trustees meeting, it is required that the board adopt a resolution stating the general nature of the subject to be discussed, and stating as precisely as possible the time when the minutes of the discussion conducted in closed session can be disclosed to the public. And whereas this body is about to consider a matter which falls within the purview of NJSA 10-4-12 and can properly exclude the public from such discussions. Now therefore be it resolved that the Edison Public Library Board of Trustees shall enter into a closed session to consider the following matters. Any matter involving the employment, appointment, termination of employment, terms and conditions of employment, promotion or disciplining of any specific prospective public office or officer or employee or current public officer or employee. It is further resolved that the minutes of said discussion shall be made public as soon as the matter under discussion is no longer of a confidential nature. And it's dated October 13th, 2020. And as I mentioned before, we are going into closed session to discuss our search for a new director.
That needs a
So-
motion and a second.
Yeah, so I've read this resolution. So I've made the motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Aristani,
Yes.
Ms. Kraus,
Yes.
Ms. Mead, Ms. Mead, Mr. Naik,
Yes.
Yes.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Peng,
Yes.
Mr. Wayne,
Yes.
Mr. Yee,
Yes.
Ms. Massey.
Yes.
8 yes. Need to vote on setting dates for the board to meet in closed session. The dates are Tuesday, October 27th and Wednesday, October 28th. PM.
Yes.
No, October 22nd.
27th.
27th. And,
Oh, okay.
and Wednesday, October 28th.
Did we say we're gonna start at 6 o'clock?
7.
7.
7 should be good. Yeah, because everybody is working. 7 is good. 7 is good. Today was very nice. Yes.
Yeah. Let me
Very nice.
ask a question. I'm a little bit confused now. We are talking about 3 meetings: interview meeting and the bylaw meeting. What is the one for the bylaw meeting?
Oh, the bylaw meeting, yeah, don't worry about the bylaw meeting. That's just the bylaws committee that is meeting for that. We're talking about going back into open session and making a motion to have two closed session meetings on the 27th and 28th to interview the 2 candidates. And those
Yeah.
interviews are done in closed session.
So what I'm asking is that I don't have
Yeah, I think David's question is valid. Yeah.
impression
Yeah,
on the
let him
bylaw
explain.
committee or any kind of change or plan to the bylaw, because this is the first time I thought I heard this one.
Well, we are not,
Not on the committee.
yeah, we're not
I'm
doing,
sorry, who?
you'll get it before the November meeting. We're doing nothing with the bylaws at this particular meeting.
When do
I'm
we?
sorry, who is on the bylaw committee?
It's, I am on the bylaws committee, Sue and Lisa and Keith.
I'm not.
Oh,
No,
sorry,
it's
no,
Fiona.
Fiona, excuse me, Fiona.
So, Pat, one question is
So
there,
what-
right? That's the question which I think David raised or someone, I don't know, why we need a separate meeting. I know that you need a 1 hour's interview call with these people, so we can do that. That's not a problem. But isn't it interfering the internal work of the library? Why we should be involved in this kind of things? You know, definitely we definitely need to review the resume, but somehow I'm not
I think.
I'm sorry,
questions-
Vasant, are you back saying that you don't want to participate in the?
No, I will participate, but I want to understand within the board, everybody to speak about it, whether we should be challenging current director or current people to select the director for the Edison. You know, that's something I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand.
I think
think
perhaps
the
we need to
major- the
separate
major
these two
respons-
questions. One question is, we need a motion on the floor to set the dates for the closed meetings to interview the new director.
No, I understand.
Then there's a separate question about the bylaws. So
Yes, I would like to make a motion that we set the dates for the 28th and the 27th and 28th. What was it?
Yes,
At 7
7 p.m.
o'clock till 9 o'clock or until.
So
for
that
two
will be the
closed,
bylaw
yes, there are
meeting?
2 closed sessions.
we're going to deal with bylaws in a minute. This.
I will second that
Okay,
motion.
so bylaw will be sent to us before
Yeah,
that.
we're not, Vasant, we are not speaking about the bylaws right now. Right now, there is a motion on the floor and a second to select Tuesday, October 27th and Wednesday, October 28th for 2 dates for closed meetings.
No, I agree. But I think Pat, there was somebody who was telling that it is for the bylaw. So
Right.
that's
Can you wait on that,
trying to
Vasant?
understand.
Vasant, wait 60 seconds till we take a roll call, then we'll deal with the bylaws, okay?
Yes, interviewing for the position of
So
director has nothing to do with
I want to
bylaws.
have a clear feeling for those 2 meetings, whether it is only for interview or it is for the bylaw. I need to
Only
understand.
for the interviews. Only for the interviews on the October
Okay.
27th
Keith,
and 28th.
are you noting down this? Yeah.
So do we have a roll call vote on those 2 dates for closed sessions?
Mr. Aristani,
Yes.
Ms. Kraus,
Yes.
Ms. Mead,
Yes.
Mr. Naik,
Yes, for the only interview.
Yeah.
Ms. O'Neill,
Yes.
Ms. Peng,
Yes.
Ms. Ruane,
Yes.
Mr. Yee,
Yes.
Massey.
Yes.
All right, 9 yes in favor of setting those 2 dates for
Interview only.
the candidates for director.
Right.
Now, bylaws.
Oh, yes.
That's my question.
No, your question, Vasant, about the bylaws.
Don't give me otherwise, you know.
I mean,
I'm just kidding, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So what is your question regarding the bylaws?
My question is, bylaw should be entertained in our regular meeting in front of the people of the Edison, because that's my thinking, but other board member can definitely raise their concern, because I want bylaw should be judged by the entire Edison. That's my
No,
thinking.
if you're suggesting that
Okay.
the bylaws needs to be
Maybe it
approved
might
by
be
the
the one-
community, that is not necessary. That is not done. That's not what is done in public libraries. These bylaws, they're modeled on the bylaws that are suggested by the New Jersey Library Trustee
But
Association.
why not, Pat? Why not we cannot put in front of the public, right? Before we approve it. That's my question. See, I support you for each and everything, right? I want to ask you the question, why not we can put in front of the public and to get the review of them, you know? See, maybe we can get a good idea from the other people.
Vasant, that is not how library board bylaws work. And we're not talking about anything major. We're just talking about tweaking a little bit of language to make it more, to make it clearer, to make the language clearer. That's it. Nothing major, no major change.
Okay, I agree. I will let the other board member to respond on it.
And as I said, that is an item that will be on the November agenda. And before the November agenda, plenty of time before the November agenda, you will get the revisions to the bylaws, the suggested revisions to
10
review.
days, right?
I mean, let me ask, because I have on this item, do have some concern here.
Sure.
I don't have when did we create the subcommittee to review the bylaw?
I don't remember what meeting it was. I believe it was.
Because I don't have
this
impression.
It had to be early on. I would have to go back in the minutes to say when it was.
I remember I have created that meeting when I was president. I don't disagree. I did create that committee, but
that's last
it
year.
Took so much long time, and it was.
My question.
So it took so I was so frustrated with the committee, and I created 3 or 4 committees, different things. But it was painful. It was painful.
Okay. My question here is that I believe this subcommittee was created sometime this year, right?
Yes, you're absolutely right, and it's part of the policy committee. That's what this is.
Because I don't have the impression, because I joined every meeting, I don't have the impression that we're going to review the bylaw. The second one is that we just passed a new bylaw in March.
In March, yes.
And we're going to revise it again.
As I mentioned, David, the revisions you'll see when you get it before the November meeting, it's just tweaking some of the language. It's not anything to be concerned about. It's just clarifying language. That's all.
I just have one concern. I need to. I don't remember we talked about this committee. So I mean, if we ever create a committee, all board members should have an opportunity to say if they want to join the committee or not. But I don't remember seeing that email or ever talked about the committee, about who's in the committee, who signed up for the committee. So I don't think we had a chance to sign up for or know about this.
Shannon, you bring up Shannon. Excuse me, Shannon. You bring up a very good point. One of the items in the agenda, in the proposed revisions, is a listing of standing committees with an explanation of what they include. Because all we have is just a little section that says committees may be appointed, and but it doesn't mention particular committees. So that was one of the suggestions, that we add the standing committees, and that the standing committees should be appointed. The members should be appointed as early after the organization meeting in January as possible. If not at the January meeting, no later than the February meeting.
Yeah, I agree. What the school board is doing, that you are well saying that provide a list of committee to all the board members. Whoever has interest in joining the committee, they sign up for it, and then they were appointed later on based on their interest and availability.
Exactly. And then of course you cannot have a quorum. You can't have a quorum on a committee. It's got to be a small enough.
It has to be less than equal than 4. But I just think it's a little ironic that this committee, we're changing this if we're tweaking the bylaws language. Well, this committee itself is not following that procedure.
Yeah. Well, yes, it is, because it's part of the policy committee. It is part of the policy committee.
I mean, I would just
but if you
change the bylaw, because I mean, bylaw is our like one of the most important rule for the library, and
yes,
under the policy committee. I mean, that's a kind of like to me a little bit misleading.
Okay.
Yeah,
I would like
and
to.
I agree with Sharon what
please.
she was saying.
Basant, I was speaking. Thank you.
Oh,
I would honestly, excuse me, Basant.
Sorry. Yeah,
I would
go ahead.
like to hear what Mr. Brady has to say.
Okay, go ahead,
Ah.
Mr. Brandy.
Thank you. So the procedure that's being followed currently is the proper procedure. It was the procedure that was in place prior to today. The procedure was followed the last time. The policy committee met and revised the bylaws or proposed revisions to the bylaws. It's then presented, and that does not become binding on anybody. It's not set in stone. It's then sent to the board for review and comment, like any other proposed resolution or any other committee meeting, whether it's the personnel committee or whatever. So it's the process is being followed exactly the way it's to date has been followed in the past. Now, I haven't seen any of the proposed changes, but there may be some changes on how committees are chosen or whatever. They're going to be proposals. The whole board needs to vote on them, and the whole board is going to get an opportunity to vote on that. But for right now, there's a committee. There's a committee.
Brady. We don't want to keep the ear from one hand to another hand. Yeah, I want to ask you the simple question. If you have read the bylaw changes, can you please suggest, because we are paying you, right? As a taxpayer, we are paying you. Can you tell me what is the best for the
committee on the
town?
changes
Then we will decide.
hasn't met, so I haven't seen them yet.
We mute him. Basant, we are meeting.
I don't know if you heard me because you were talking, but you asked me a question and I'm telling you the answer.
Oh, boy.
So my question is there, then why? Means I'm kind of confused here. I'm
Well, I
kind of
think
confused. I don't know.
confused
I'm
along
just
with
going to interject for 1 second. I'm going to say, I'm kind of confused, so I'm going to be quiet for 30 seconds and let you ask your question, and then I'm going to answer it.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ahead.
So this 30 seconds, give me this 30 seconds, nobody will speak. Okay. My question as
Take
a
a
lawyer,
minute. I don't care.
can I speak, sir? Can I speak?
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you to do right now.
Okay. So my 30 seconds starts now. Okay. So my question is, the bylaw changes, whatever is coming, do you know? First question. If you don't know, it means we are doing something wrong in our place. 30 seconds is not done. I'm still counting my clock on, right? So don't interrupt anyone. So my question is, if you have any idea based on the our bylaw things, I know that we are working very hard under the board and everything. We are trying to do it. We are trying to fix the things which will save something, you know. That's what we are trying here. Brady, now my 30 seconds are done.
I don't know if you guys are hearing all of the question. I'm certainly not. If I'm going to ask the president if she heard the question, because I can hear you clearer. If you could rephrase the question for me, please.
Okay. So my question is,
I believe that the question was, have you seen the proposed changes to the bylaws?
Okay.
Yeah, that is correct.
But before that, there was a comment. Okay, now is my turn to answer. Before that, Madam President, wasn't there a comment that if I hadn't seen them, that there was somehow something was wrong?
Yes, there was that comment.
Okay.
And then I have tried to say that we are meeting next week with you so that we have your legal expertise on any proposed bylaws changes. And not until you review them with
Exactly.
us will we present that to the entire board to be discussed at the
Right.
November meeting.
Right. So at some point, obviously, before I get involved, there's a point where I don't know something, and that's this point. That doesn't indicate any glitch or impropriety in the process. That's what. Wait a minute, I'm talking now. Now you need to let me finish.
Okay, I got.
What happened was.
Brady,
Sir,
yeah,
I'm
I
speaking
got
now.
your
You need to
point.
let me finish.
You don't
I'm
know
not gonna-
anything. I got your point.
But it
I
doesn't
got your
matter that you
point.
have my point. We're on a record, and I want to talk. I want the rest of the body to understand where we're at. So what the process was, the director asked for a meeting to set up a meeting to discuss the bylaws. The Bylaw Committee has, and the various members of the committee have different input as to what they want into the bylaws. So we're going to have a meeting. I'm still speaking. We're going to have a meeting, and we're going to discuss their various things, and they're going to ask me questions, and I'm going to give them my legal input. And after that, they're going to come up with, they're going to accept it, reject it, or whatever. They're free to do either. And then they're going to put a final proposal together for the board, and it will be considered by the
Sir, it is taking too long. Yeah, I got you, because we don't want to waste your time. So I understand that you don't know whatever the proposal are there. So I would like to request Pat. Yeah, okay. I understand now that you are arranging the meeting so we can do the bylaw. But bylaw, the way the David and Sharon has said, it's very, very IMP thing. Even though state law, whatever it is, says, we have to make sure that we support Edison. And I support you. Yeah, I can tell you that we all board members support you for your all functioning. So we want to make sure that we all should be in the right place. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Other than that, I don't want to say anything.
Yes, we just want to make
Thank
sure
you.
that things are done correctly. That's what our goal is.
Yeah,
to make
that's
things-
what I want. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you. Okay, I believe that are we at this point trying to set up a date to make a final decision regarding the new director, or we'll hold off on that?
That will occur in closed session at the November meeting.
Yes,
November
you're absolutely
regular
right.
meeting.
You're
And
absolutely
then
right.
Pro Libra will take over the process at that point, make an offer to the person, determine a start date, confirm the salary, and then run a background check, which the township has said is acceptable with them. And then that process will take place, and then if everything falls into place, at the December regular meeting, in public session, we'll officially appoint so-and-so as the new library to start on such and such a date.
Exactly.
Okay.
So
have one more question I have. Have the old directors have applied for this job, or they did not? Just wanted to know.
I
Just
don't
for
think
my
we
information.
can. I don't think we can discuss that in
No.
open session.
I just wanted to understand whether they have applied or not as a board member. I want to understand.
I suggest you ask the president that after the meeting is over.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes, I agree. I don't think we can discuss that in open session. Do we have anything further to discuss? I believe that's the only thing that we needed to do coming out into the open session.
Mhm.
If we have nothing else, do we have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Second?
Yeah, I will second.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Yes.
Opposed? All right. Well, listen, thank you very much for a most interesting meeting. And
Thank you
I
for
will see
approving
you,
everything.
we'll see you on the 27th, on October 27th.
Mhm.
In the meantime, stay safe, and our next meeting will be Tuesday, November 10th.
Thanks.
Thanks, Pat.
Hi.
Thank you
Have a good
very
night.
much.
Good night.
Good night,
Bye-bye.
everybody.
Good night.
Bye.
Good
Good
night.
night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye.